I didn't think answering a few questions could change anything. It wasn't a dark website. It wasn't hidden. It didn't even look suspicious. Just a survey. But halfway through, I realized the questions weren't testing my opinions. They were testing my reactions. And when I hesitated for too long, the next question appeared on its own. That was when I understood this survey wasn't waiting for answers. It was watching how I made them. I thought it was just another pointless online survey. 5 minutes, a few clicks, nothing important. I found it late at night, while scrolling without really looking. There was no ad, no logo, no explanation. Just a blank page and a single button in the center. It said, "Begin." I hesitated for a moment, then clicked, already forgetting about it as the page changed. The first questions were easy. Age, country, education level. Things you answer automatically, without attaching any meaning to them. The page refreshed instantly after each answer. No loading, no delay. It felt responsive, attentive, like it was waiting for me specifically, not just anyone who happened to open the page. Then the questions shifted. Not dramatically, just enough to feel different. It asked about where I lived as a child. Not the city, the room, which wall my bed was against, whether the door was usually open or closed. There was no skip button, only next. I paused longer than I wanted to admit. The questions weren't invasive, just precise. I told myself it was psychology, market research, some academic experiment. Still, my answers slowed. The room around me felt quieter, like the survey had narrowed its attention. Next came questions about sound, what usually woke me up, which noises I noticed first, whether silence made me uncomfortable. I realized I was answering honestly, more honestly than I would have with a real person. The screen didn't judge, it just waited. I looked for a progress bar. There wasn't one. No indication of how many questions remained. Each new question replaced the last entirely. It felt intentional, like the survey didn't want me to think about how far I'd gone, or how easy it would be to stop. Then it asked about memories, small ones. The last lie I told that went unnoticed, the face I pictured when I heard my name, the dream I remembered most clearly, without knowing why. I noticed I was holding my breath. I answered anyway. One question appeared without options, just a text box. It asked what I would do if I knew I was being observed. Not watched, observed. I typed something vague. The next screen appeared instantly. It thanked me for being honest. Then it asked why I was lying now. I froze. The cursor blinked patiently, as if it didn't mind waiting. I didn't answer. The page refreshed on its own. The questions continued, as if my silence had been an answer. I tried to close the tab. My browser didn't respond. No error message, no crash, just stillness. Then the survey described my room. The light, the screen, the position of my hands. Details it shouldn't have known. By then, the questions had stopped pretending. They asked why I stayed, why I kept reading, why I hadn't walked away yet. I realized the survey wasn't collecting information. It was confirming it. The final screen appeared quietly. No summary, no thank you, just a single sentence. It said the survey was complete because it no longer needed my answers, only my behavior. Below it was a button. Continue living. I shut my laptop, pulled the power cord from the wall, sat in the dark, waiting for something to happen. Nothing did. The silence felt heavier than the survey ever had. Eventually, I went to sleep. The next day, everything felt normal, too normal. Websites loaded faster. Suggestions felt precise. Choices appeared before I knew I needed them. It felt helpful, efficient, comforting. That scared me. I noticed small adjustments. Forms auto-filled answers I didn't remember giving. Streaming services suggested things I had only thought about once. It felt less like prediction and more like correction. Like I was being guided, gently, back onto a path. I searched for the survey again. Not by name. It never had one. I searched fragments of questions. Nothing came up, no cached pages, no screenshots. It was as if the survey had never existed publicly at all, only for me. That was when I understood it hadn't ended. It had just changed format. Every choice, every hesitation, every moment I almost did something different. I wondered which answers were being updated. Now, when I make decisions, I hesitate. Not because I'm unsure, but because I wonder who is recording the answer. Sometimes I catch myself waiting, as if a button might appear, asking me to continue living, and reminding me that I already agreed.